Hey there, Kansas City landlords. Ever find yourself wondering, what does a property management company really do for me? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain. We'll break down exactly what they handle and how the right partner can turn your rental property from a major headache into a truly valuable, hands-off asset. Does this hit a little too close to home? You got into real estate to build wealth, not to sign up for a second 24/7 job as a repair person, a rent collector, a tenant counselor, all while trying to keep up with a mountain of housing laws.
And that's the reality of managing it all yourself, isn't it? The nonstop calls, trying to keep the books straight, those surprise emergencies at the worst possible times. It can take a really smart investment and turn it into a source of constant stress.
But what if you could just flip that switch? That's exactly where a property management company comes in. And you have to think of them less as an expense and more as a strategic partner whose entire job is to protect and grow your investment. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. A good management company does so much more than just find a tenant. They do a deep dive on screening, we're talking credit, criminal background, eviction history, to find people you can count on. They handle all the money, from making sure rent is paid on time to giving you detailed statements. They coordinate all the maintenance, from small fixes to those big 2 in the morning emergencies. And maybe most importantly, they handle the tricky stuff, local laws, city programs, Section 8, to make sure you're always covered. It really is a complete system. But here's the thing, not all management companies are the same, not by a long shot. And in a unique market like Kansas City, which literally straddles 2 different states with 2 different sets of roles, having that local, on-the-ground expertise is absolutely crucial. So let's use a company like Alpine Property Management to see how that local knowledge makes a huge difference. I love this quote from Alpine because it says everything. It's a philosophy. It's not just about keeping the place running. It's about actively working to make sure your investment is a winner. And this slide really shows you the 2 different mindsets. You've got your standard management, which is kind of reactive. They wait for something to break, then they fix it. But the Alpine approach is proactive. It's all about preventing problems before they even start, through things like better screening, preventative maintenance, and just clear, honest communication. This proactive maintenance strategy is a game changer. I mean, think about it. Checking the furnace in the fall before it can break on the coldest night of the year, or looking at the roof before the big storm hits. This approach doesn't just fix things, it saves you from expensive emergencies and protects the actual value of your property for the long haul. And that local know-how is a lifesaver during a Kansas City winter, right? Ensuring a tenant has a smooth, warm, safe move-in when it's freezing outside, that sets an amazing tone for the entire lease. It's a level of care tenants really appreciate. And all of this leads directly to your bottom line. It's pretty simple. Happy tenants stay longer. That means less vacancy, no marketing fees to find a new person, and lower costs for turning the unit over. Good communication isn't just nice. It makes your investment more stable and more profitable. Which really brings us to the whole point of all this, protecting your KC investment. It's about taking that property and turning it into a reliable asset that works for you, giving you a strong financial return and your time back. So let's be specific. How does this actually increase your income? Well, by keeping vacancy periods super short, setting rent at that competitive sweet spot, using real market data, and keeping good tenants happy so they stay put. The whole system is designed to maximize your cash flow. This level of service only comes with experience. For example, Alpine Property Management is family-owned, and they've been serving landlords on both sides of the state line, Missouri and Kansas, since 2013. That's over a decade of learning this market inside and out, building relationships, and perfecting their process. That's experience you can't fake. Okay, so we've walked through the challenges of doing it yourself. And we've seen how a local, expert approach can be the perfect solution. So what's the next step to making your life as a landlord a whole lot easier? The real question is this. Are you ready to stop being an overworked landlord and start being a savvy investor? Are you ready to get your time back while actually improving your return on that investment? If you're nodding your head right now, then here's how you take that next step. It's easy. Just call Alpine Property Management Kansas City at 816-343-4520, or you can go to their website, alpinekansascity.com, for a free consultation. It's truly the first step toward a simpler and way more profitable life as a property owner.